Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The time has finally come for Jorbit Vivas to show exactly why the Dodgers might come to regret the day they sent him packing to the Bronx. On a chilly Friday night at Yankee Stadium, the 24-year-old infielder found his name in the Yankees starting lineup, not just as a placeholder or a temporary fill-in, but as a true big league contributor. After years of grinding through the minor leagues and refining his game, Vivas now has the chance to write a new chapter in his baseball journey, this time wearing the iconic pinstripes. It's a story of patience, perseverance, and perfect timing. The Dodgers once saw something in him when they signed him out of Venezuela back in July 2017. But now it's the Yankees who are putting their faith in the left-handed bat and slick-gloved second baseman. And with Jazz Chisholm Jr. landing on the injured list, Vivas is not just getting a look, he's getting a real opportunity. This isn't the first time Vivas has been called up by New York, but something about this one feels different. His previous stints in the majors were blink-and-you'll-miss-it affairs. 3 days last summer, another short stay this April. This time, though, it's clear the Yankees believe Vivas is ready to contribute. Slotted ninth in the lineup and handling second base duties against the Tampa Bay Rays, the Venezuelan infielder finally gets to test his skills at the sport's highest level. The timing couldn't be better. Injuries have created a need, but Vivas' bat forced the issue. Over 26 games with AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre this season, he's been red-hot, slashing .319/.426/.436. Even more impressive, he's walked more than he struck out, a rare trait in today's swing-happy game. What's changed? Well, Vivas has matured as a hitter. While his glove was always considered big league ready, the bat took longer to develop. Back when he was with the Dodgers' AAA affiliate in Oklahoma City, his offensive numbers didn't pop, just a .633 OPS over 26 games. That stat line didn't scream future big leaguer. But with a little more seasoning and a fresh environment in the Yankee system, Vivas found another gear. The swing is shorter, the approach more refined, and the confidence, well, that's growing with every at-bat. It's easy to forget how long the road to the big leagues can be, especially for international signees who enter professional baseball as teenagers. For Vivas, it's been nearly 8 years of development, ups and downs, and endless bus rides. It's also worth remembering the deal that brought him to New York in the first place. Back in December 2023, the Dodgers and Yankees made a swap, pitcher Victor Gonzalez and infielder Jorbit Vivas for shortstop Trey Sweeney. At the time, it was seen as a marginal move, depth for depth, a chance for each player to thrive in a new environment. The Dodgers liked Sweeney's left-handed power bat and saw him as a potential long-term fit at shortstop. The Yankees, meanwhile, saw in Vivas a gritty, versatile infielder with upside. Funny how quickly perceptions can change. By July 2024, the Dodgers had already flipped Sweeney to the Tigers in the Jack Flaherty trade. That move, of course, paid off handsomely, as Flaherty played a key role in LA's championship run. Let's not downplay Flaherty's impact. After the Yankees reportedly walked away from a potential deal for him, citing concerns over his medicals, the Dodgers swooped in. Flaherty went 6-2 in 10 regular season starts for a rotation devastated by injuries. Then came the postseason. 5 starts later, the Dodgers were world champions, beating none other than the Yankees in 5 games. So yes, from a pure value standpoint, the trade made sense for LA. Flaherty was the missing piece, a veteran anchor at the right time. But that's the beauty of baseball. Value doesn't always show up right away, and sometimes the true cost of a deal is only revealed years down the line. Which brings us right back to Jorbit Vivas. The question now is, what will the Yankees get out of him? If his recent performance in Scranton is any indicator, they might have found themselves a late-blooming gem. Over 26 games this season, Vivas looked like a completely different hitter than he did a year ago, when he posted a .225 average and a .713 OPS over 93 games. That's not awful, but it wasn't enough to push him into the big league conversation. This year, though, it's like he flipped a switch. Better pitch recognition, more quality at-bats, and a more patient approach have all contributed to his success. And now, it's up to him to prove he can translate that success to the show. And there's every reason to believe he can. Vivas has always been known for his defensive reliability. He can handle second base with poise, and he's got enough range and arm to cover shortstop in a pinch. Add that to a growing confidence at the plate, and the Yankees may have something more than just a temporary replacement. He's not a flashy player. He doesn't come with a lot of hype, but he brings a professional approach and a sense of urgency that's impossible to ignore. Sometimes the best stories in baseball come from the guys you didn't see coming. Jorbit Vivas might just be one of those guys. For the Dodgers, there's no immediate reason to cry over spilled milk. They got their ring, and they got Flaherty's innings when they mattered most. But looking down the road, they might wonder what could have been. Vivas was once ranked as high as number 9 in their prospect system. After all, they knew he had the tools, glove first, sure, but with enough offensive potential to dream on. It just took a different organization and a different path to bring it out. That's the beauty and the cruelty of trades. You don't always get to see the flower bloom once it leaves your garden. Now the stage is set. The lights are bright. The moment is here. Vivas is getting a shot, not as an emergency fill-in or roster filler, but as a real part of the Yankees' infield. The next few weeks could define his future in the league. Can he hit major league pitching consistently? Can he hold down second base while Chisholm recovers? And maybe even beyond? One thing's for sure, he's not the same player the Dodgers gave up on. He's sharper, stronger, and hungrier. This is his moment to seize, and all eyes in the Bronx will be watching closely. As for the fans, they love a good redemption arc. They love the underdog story. And Vivas has the perfect ingredients for one. A kid from Venezuela, signed as a teenager, traded away, overlooked, and now getting a shot in one of baseball's most iconic uniforms. If he hits, if he contributes, and if he helps the Yankees make a run this season, there will be plenty of people asking how the Dodgers let him go. And if that happens, well, maybe, just maybe, LA will regret that trade after all. Not because of what they got, but because of what they gave up. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the world of Major League Baseball, Dave Roberts, the long-serving and often polarizing manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, has officially announced his departure from the team. The news broke early this morning and quickly dominated headlines, with fans, analysts, and former players weighing in across social media. It's a seismic change for a franchise that has been a consistent powerhouse under Roberts' leadership, and regardless of where you stand on his legacy, there's no denying the impact this announcement has on the Dodgers, on baseball, and on the man himself. Now, let's just take a moment to really absorb what this means. Dave Roberts wasn't just another name penciled in on a lineup card. He was the face of Dodgers management for nearly a decade, guiding the team through one of the most successful stretches in franchise history. Since taking over the managerial reins in 2016, Roberts led the Dodgers to an astonishing number of playoff appearances, multiple National League pennants, and of course, that long-awaited World Series championship in 2020, the team's first in over 3 decades. That title alone cemented his place in the annals of Dodger lore. But it was never just about wins and losses. Roberts brought a certain identity to the Dodgers. He was calm, measured, always with a strategic mind at work. Love him or criticize him. And let's be real, Dodger fans did both in equal measure. The man was a constant presence. The announcement itself was as understated as Roberts has always been. No grand farewell press conference. No dramatic video montage. Just a quiet statement to the media and a heartfelt message to the fans, thanking them for their unwavering support. It's been the honor of a lifetime to wear Dodger blue, he said. This city, this organization, this group of players, they've meant everything to me. But I believe the time is right for a new chapter, both for me and for the Dodgers. It was classic Roberts. Humble, gracious, and focused on what's best for the team. But let's not mistake calm for insignificance. This is a turning point, and the ramifications will be felt for years. Of course, speculation is already running wild. Why now? What led to this decision? Was it really his choice, or was there pressure from above? The Dodgers are coming off another strong regular season, but suffered yet another disappointing early exit in the postseason. That sting, familiar to Dodgers fans at this point, has become an unfortunate trend under Roberts' tenure. Dominance in the regular season, only to fall short when it matters most. Is that fair criticism? Maybe. Baseball is a brutal sport, and the postseason is unforgiving. But in the pressure cooker that is Los Angeles, expectations are sky high, and patience wears thin. Some insiders suggest that the front office had been growing increasingly restless. While no one is pointing fingers publicly, the writing may have been on the wall. Let's not forget, too, that Roberts wasn't just managing a team. He was managing egos, contracts, injuries, and expectations in one of the most scrutinized markets in sports. From stars like Mookie Betts and Clayton Kershaw to navigating a farm system stacked with young talent, Roberts had to balance the present and the future every single day. And yet, despite everything, he kept the clubhouse steady. Ask almost any player who's worn the uniform under his watch, and they'll tell you, Roberts had their back. That counts for something. In an era where managerial turnover is high and loyalty is often in short supply, Roberts was a stabilizing force. So where does that leave the Dodgers now? That's the million-dollar question. A team this talented, with this much payroll, this much ambition, they're not going to sit back and coast. You can bet the front office already has a short list of candidates, from experienced veterans to up-and-coming minds in the game. Names like Joe Maddon, Gabe Kapler, and even some high-profile college coaches have already surfaced in the rumor mill. But whoever takes the reins will be stepping into one of the most scrutinized and high-pressure jobs in all of sports. There's no rebuild here, no grace period. The mandate is simple: win, and win now. And what about Roberts? What's next for him? At 51 years old, he's far from finished. His resume speaks for itself, and there are plenty of teams out there who would welcome his leadership with open arms. Don't be surprised if he's fielding calls before the week is out. And don't rule out a transition to the broadcast booth either. Roberts has always been thoughtful, articulate, and insightful, qualities that would make him a natural on TV. Whatever path he chooses, you get the sense he'll be just fine. This isn't a man walking away in defeat. This is someone choosing his moment, controlling his narrative, and stepping into the next phase with grace. As the dust settles, fans are left to grapple with the end of an era. There's a sense of gratitude, certainly, but also uncertainty. Change is never easy, especially when it involves someone who's been such a constant presence. And yet, in some ways, maybe this was inevitable. Every era runs its course, no matter how successful. Roberts' departure is a reminder that in baseball, as in life, nothing lasts forever. The game moves on, the team moves on, and so must the fans. Still, it's hard not to look back on Roberts' tenure and feel a deep appreciation. He took over a team that was good and made them great. He turned regular season dominance into an expectation, not a surprise. He helped bring a title back to a city starving for it. He stood tall in the face of criticism, never lashing out, always holding himself accountable. For every decision that fans second-guessed, and there were many, there were just as many that kept the Dodgers in contention year after year. That kind of consistency is rare in sports, and it doesn't happen by accident. In the coming weeks, we'll no doubt learn more about the behind-the-scenes factors that led to this decision. Maybe we'll hear from players, from front office executives, maybe even from Roberts himself in a more in-depth interview. Until then, all we can do is reflect. Reflect on what he accomplished. Reflect on what comes next. And reflect on how, even in a game defined by numbers and wins and losses, it's the people, the personalities, who leave the most lasting impact. So here's to Dave Roberts, to the steady hand who guided the Dodgers through triumph and heartbreak, to the leader who never made it about himself, to the manager who brought a championship back to LA. Whether you cheered him or cursed his bullpen decisions, you can't deny that he made his mark. And as the Dodgers chart a new path forward, they'll do so in the shadow of a man who helped define an era. Baseball, like life, is always about the next chapter. But every once in a while, it's worth pausing to honor the one we just finished. And the Dave Roberts chapter? That one was unforgettable. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.